guys, it's Colin with Ghost Train Comics, and welcome to another one of the Energon Emerging series. Today we are arrived at Transformers Volume 5, the first collection where Robert Kirkman takes over from Dan Mora Johnson as writer, and Dan Mora takes over from Jorge Corona as artist. Covers issues 25 to 30. And we start off with Cleanup, picking up both on Cybertron and Earth. A new human alliance with General Flagg and two lost Transformers, Mirage and Beachhead. Dan Mora matched up with Sarah Stern as colorist as we pass the baton. Kirkman's tone and pacing is definitely different, but intriguing, and we know that he will not hesitate to surprise us or take risks, as is his oeuvre, and something he's always done, even with his most recent Bucks Terminal, and with the blind bag on Terminal as well as the blind bag on M.A.S.K. He likes to drop a few shocks in there and change things up. So you know there's going to be always some level of uncertainty, or what's he going to do, and some little exciting moments that'll keep the attention focused on this line. One of the risks he took is introducing Miles Mayhem as part of the M.A.S.K mythos, and the founder of Venom in this volume. So we watch events between Flagg, Mayhem and Prime with interest, seeing where this is going. As the older Transformers come back, none of them seem overly happy with how everything is going, which is going to lead to a head in a few issues time. Colin and Spike have a rare quiet moment here and a chance to catch up, kind of catch their breath, in between the breathtaking shenanigans of what was going on during DWJ's books. Kirkman has a uniquely difficult balancing act as the title transitions from DWJ's super fast, emotional, and visually skewed and perfectly imperfect war-torn Transformers visual representations. Kirkman's much more methodical and carefully plotted approach is so different that one can see him cautiously change things, such as the extra Energon from the Human Alliance, allowing the authors to bring back the remaining Cybertronians. And it's quite shocking when we first see Prime restored, and it's a perfect point for the new artist Dan Mora and Sarah Stern to kind of set their credentials right from the start and how different they're going to be, whilst keeping these characters that you like, but moving forward as one would expect with the new era. So perfect visual metaphor for a switch up on the book. Thundercracker's shift in allegiance is also a big step forward, as is Arcee's new role. Flashbacks to Megatron's past also echo Prime's issues in previous volumes. At this point, perhaps a Transformer therapist could genuinely come in handy if Megatron could resist smashing them to pieces first session. The ascension of Arcee is another fascinating piece of lore, and the visuals for her reveal on this are stunning. The massive kickoff then with Trailbreaker and the ensuing two-front battles, both at the newly kind of reappeared Arc as well as with the Autobots and the Decepticons showdown during the little ambush, are the most full-on we've seen so far with Kirkman's issues, and are fantastically vivid and alive with the lettering from Russ Wooten and the coloring continuing what we're used to from that level of kinetic energy that we've had since issue 1 with both DWJ and with Jorge Corona. I guess that this is still the same dynamic, dramatic, and above all fun ride as Kirkman sprinkles everything with this particularly addictive brand of comic book MSG. The final issue in this collection, issue 30, is back up to the levels of insane engagement that previous collections of Transformers hit after a couple of issues 25 to 27 specifically spent catching his breath and giving characters a moment to stretch their legs, and also a twin purpose for Kirkman to do some master string pulling behind the scenes and setting up the plot continuity for M.A.S.K, mainly, which becomes much more explicit with Mayhem making his move against Flagg here, leading to some classic events launching and continuing then for the setup in Dan Mora's pages of M.A.S.K. Kirkman is careful not to let setup for other properties overwhelm or distract us from the main events here, but it does enrich and it does continue his skillful interweaving that he does in Void Rivals so particularly well. So I, for one, am fully still on board with the first issue in the bag of Kirkman's run, and looking forward to where he's going to take it after the explosive changes at the end of issue 30. So would love to hear how you guys are feeling about it, if you're reading it on a monthly basis, or if, like me, you're following it in the collections. But thank you all so much for your time. As always, a like and subscribe are welcome and will help keep us afloat and to keep you guys updated of everything we have coming up. Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening. Take care.